StreamYard, and let me go over to Airbnb. I mean Airbnb, Facebook.
Oh,
Come on, dude. We're live. We're live in StreamYard and all right, we're live on Facebook. Let me just tag everybody. Did you already do it, everyone? No, I don't think you did. All right, so we're live. Let me just double check Facebook side. Facebook side. And we will kick this off. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, we're live. We're good. All right, sweet. So first things first, this whole day has been like thrown around. Actually, this week has been thrown around. Yesterday, we were dealing with some stuff at court for like 8 hours. That really pushed a lot of stuff into today. And today we have a lot of Christmas events for the kids. So we were running around doing some Christmas events. So for the school and stuff. That's why we do this though, right? Like we can we can have the time to go to the school, to the kid functions, and go pick up one kid. We can take another kid. So, but this right around the holidays gets crazy. So I'm a dad. Sean's a dad. Like we're all family, family oriented people. Family comes first. So when it comes to some trainings, we want to be very consistent. However, if we have a school play or a school function, then we may move a training because that's what comes first. Now, with all that said, today we are going to go through some SOPs, like making SOPs simple and how to get started with your SOPs and really dive in. And when I say SOPs, I mean standard operating procedures. How do you teach your team? How do you teach yourself? How do you remind yourself? How do you have things stored in places for you to really easily accessible, but also when you start hiring VAs and you want to build that VA team, you have an area for them to go back to train each other, to refresh. Maybe there's a question that doesn't come up for a year and they're like, hey, I have no idea. Instead of them coming back to you and asking you every single question possible, they go back to the playbook or the drive or Trello or something like that. So that's the main objective. That's what we do this for as far as building business, right? We're not building business. We're not building jobs. Like Sean, you may be building a job, but I'm not building a job, right? We're building a business. And once you get to a certain level in your business, you need to pull yourself out and more so put yourself on top, where the people that are technically under you as you build that team out, you can support them and empower them on how to do their own jobs and expand their knowledge base and expand their responsibility and ultimately be able to just take over, especially when you have something like a school event or a kid's play or something along those lines where you don't have to step out of the classroom and step out of the event and like answer a guest, or really you don't want to be answering your team 24/7. That's why we have this kind of stuff. So what we're going to go through is going to be a little bit it's not going to be normal the way we do this today. So I'm going to show you some highlighted stuff, some screenshots of how to start setting things up. But then we're going to screen share, and I'm actually going to go through our playbook. So I also have a QR code for you to literally take a picture of and download so you can have an idea of what a playbook should look like. Understand that our playbook has been built over like 4 years. So anything that there's new, old, we went from things like hospitable to guesty to owner-res, and there's things that change through that process. And we may leave certain things, like we may leave stuff about guesty, because that technically for us to be honest, that helps you. So if you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to Guesty, I don't like OwnerRez, okay, whatever. But if there's something in there for Guesty and you find it, maybe you can just use it. So, but without further ado, we'll get started. Sean, do you have anything to say about that? Sean, do you have your SOP set up?
Yeah, pretty much, which I obviously got from you. So I appreciate that dramatically. Anybody that's watching this, SOPs are, my God, the things that you forget if you don't have them. It's crazy. And all the time that's been put into this, and it's all trial and error. Literally, we're just benefiting from, the trial and error that Kyle went through as he was setting this up. And, oh my God, that didn't work. This happened. You know what I mean? We need to make sure we have SOPs in place so that none of that stuff happens again. And for the record, no, I'm not freaking building a freaking job, man. Like, I'm doing this for freaking legacy. But I'll tell you what, before you get to your 10, it definitely does feel like a job sometimes.
So there was something I watched. So if anybody knows who Alex Hormozy is, I've been like deep diving in his content. I mean, it is absolutely insane content. So Alex Hormozy, he made like the biggest endorsement and biggest investment in school. He's built gyms and businesses. Now him and his wife are buying and selling businesses. Great guy to follow. Super, super high level dude. I think he just did his last business for like $43 million. He just sold it. So he has this, it's a company called Acquisition, and he's big in the school and he does all the school games and stuff. So if you want to watch somebody new or just dive more into like good content of business building and stuff like that, go after Alex Hormozy and just watch his stuff. But he said this thing, and Brandon Turner also says this, is like, we all talk about work smart, not hard, but you have to work hard first. You have to work hard to figure out how to work smart. I mean, it's just you're building a business. You're not building a side hustle. So if we're going to build a business that does $1 million a year, $3 million a year, $10 million a year, $500,000 a year, whatever the case is, $100,000 a year, I don't care what it is. If you're going to build that business, you have to build it right. And a lot of people just kind of skip through, and they're the catalyst through like everything for years. Like they are the glue that holds everything together for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And at some point you have to not be the glue, because if you get sick or you go down, you cannot continue, right? Like for instance, in this business, like guests will go unanswered, cleaning teams won't show up, cameras won't get checked. If you don't have the right systems in place, you'll get called out of a classroom because, I don't know, there's not enough towels that are left out. Something crazy, right? Like, hey, we need 2 or 3 more towels. There weren't enough left out. You shouldn't have to interrupt your dinner. And now that we're getting around, we're getting around the holidays, you don't want to be like stepping away from, Christmas dinner and saying, hey, cleaner, can you go over there and like open 3, get 3 more towels out? Or like, here's the cleaner code or whatever. You don't want to be doing that. You just want to let the message go to the team, and the team handles it, and you don't know you're none the wiser. That's the reason for things like SOPs, processes, playbooks, training materials. So as you build it, like when you look at my playbook, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's too much, because it's thick. It is a thick, built out playbook. But that is not something that we just said, this has to be done in a day. We just started with an outline and we started building. And as time went on, the assistants, the team, anybody that was over a certain task, they would go in and add videos. They would do videos here. They would do SOPs here. They would do how-tos here, documents. They added that through the years. But if you do it the first time, you're learning. When you do it the second time, you need to be recording. So if like you're going to go through and set something up, the first time you can learn how to do it. The second time you need to pull up loom.com and shoot a video and screen record on exactly what you're doing, so you can save that link and put it in your playbook. So you're not trying to train 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times later, and then a VA or a new person comes on your team and you're like, hey, yeah, I'll get on a call with you and like teach you how to do that. You don't want to do that. So we're going to talk about stuff from property level, like high level in your Google Drive, show you a couple things, and then down into the playbook. So this is going to be a lot more of like a discussion and just showing you the guiding. And if you have questions, make sure you ask them. But make sure when you get to that QR code, you scan that QR code, and I mean, it's free for the taking, right? That's why we do this. Now, let's see here. So SOP is made simple. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. This is the same slide that everybody sees every single time. Who am I? I'm the coolest guy in the world. Just kidding. Now, Allie and I, we were working W-2. She was a teacher. I was an engineer. And we have since left the W-2s. I left mine in 22. She left hers in 21. And we can, like, this is all we do is STRs. So we have a hotel, and we manage a lot of property in North Georgia, and signed an agreement. And we're actually onboarding 58 in New York and Miami. So I got that message today. Met with that big owner on that partnership. We met 2 days ago. And so we're actually going to do the lift, and we want to get it like mid-January. We're going to have 58 more. So we're growing. We're in the same thickets that you guys are. As you are getting into new markets, we're doing the same thing. Growing, hitting certain projections, certain numbers. We're right there with you, and we'll take you along the journey as well. So that'll put us up. We got 60 doors currently, plus another 58. So we'll be like 118, and then there's another 100 that are coming behind that with that partnership. So we'll be at 200 by mid-year probably next year, but we'll take it slow and grow. Okay.
Yeah, baby steps, Kyle. 58.
Baby steps.
You know what I mean? Like little baby steps.
Baby steps, baby. 58 at a time. So when you log into the Google Drive, this is what you should see when you go into your properties folder. So your whole team should have access to something like this. And our properties are broke out into each folder. So like, for instance, this is Adventure Lodge, Berry Cozy, Blue Fox Den. We're going to go through a couple things for Blue Fox Den, and I'm going to show you some stuff. But you should see each property is assigned a separate folder. I was on a call with somebody for a resort, and I believe he has it's like 29 units. And I think like 19 of them were cabins and 10 of them was like a little hotel. And the cabins all needed their own folder. And he said, I don't really know what that looks like. This is what it looks like. So if you had, let's say you named all your cabins a certain name, or you said, I don't know, cabin 1, cabin 2, cabin 3, or you did address or whatever, doesn't matter. It would just be each one of these would have its own folder. And inside that folder would have things like a property cheat sheet, pictures of walkthroughs, and I'll show you like kind of another, into it. But you should have all of these things inside of that one property. Now, if you have a resort, for instance, and you say, okay, 19 of these cabins and then 10 of these are hotel, 19 are cabins and 10 of them are like a hotel, like inn, you're going to have a lot of information that's the same for the entire property, like water, electricity, your trash guy, what cleaners you're using. You're going to have like how you answer the phone, all that kind of stuff is going to be the same. So you'd have like one folder for like resort. You click inside resort, and then you'll have like your main operations or your main versatile information, if you will, for all of them. And then you'll separate like certain information in each folder for each property. So that's just high level, like what this looks like. Like Sean, you're about to have a third one launch in this like little market of 3, right? But your other 4 or
Yes.
other 2 are elsewhere, right?
4 there right now. And we're about to launch another one there. So there'll be 5 there. And then we got 2 in another market.
Okay. So in your separate market, you could have a folder for that market and a folder for the other market, and say in that market, you could do this in your playbook too, but you could just have in that market, here's all the amenities, or like all the locations of places to eat, or all the cleaning contacts, or your trash guys over here, trash guys over here. So we have something similar, but we don't like break it out like that in your folders. But if it's massively different, like if you have a complex, you would do that. Like if you have a complex over here and a complex over here, you would say like complex 1 area, and then all your stuff in like maybe an Excel file inside that folder for a majority of your stuff in that area. And then inside those different folders are going to be one property at a time. So because you're going to have separate things inside those properties, like potentially different refrigerators, different stoves, different, one's a bedroom makeup and one's a 2-bedroom makeup. So you're going to have like different things for each one of those, like different linens, different design, especially if they're different design. and different things that you purchase. So if you built it out, you would have like a list of everything that goes in that property. So if a couch breaks or a mug set breaks, the team knows where to purchase it, and they just file the claim and they purchase it again. You want to think about everything that you could potentially get asked, put it in a document, put it in a resource easily to find. Okay, because as you grow, like Sean, as you grow, and as you guys hire like VAs and more VAs and train more people, you're going to get a ton of questions if you don't have it set up correctly. And it's usually going to be the same questions over and over and over and over again. And it happens to us too. I'm like, is that not documented? And we find out like, hey, this happened. This is new. This didn't get documented. That's why I keep asking. Because, 3 or 4 weeks go by. I'm like, I know I answered that question before. So this is like high level what it should look like as you build them out. If you go into Blue Fox Den, so you see this is STR properties. If you click Blue Fox Den, you'll go in and it'll have all the different folders. So we have things like, it's kind of like different processes, right? Like onboarding and then information for onboarding. So if we have like Brittany will go do like walkthrough videos, just house literally pictures of everything. And this actually saved us yesterday. And I can talk about that at the end of this, like talking about how the SOPs helped us in a lawsuit that we were in that we won. Judge looked at everything and said, there's no reason for you to be here. And we said, we know, so let's go home. And she said, like, you're good. Like, get out of here, pretty much. We had pictures from onboarding of things that were in the closets. And they claimed that there was a $400 speaker that got stolen out of this closet. We had no proof of that was ever there. So that was something that we actually brought up and said, hey, we don't have any evidence of this. This is all like hearsay. This is crap. Right? And at the end, he made a comment that he thought we could just file it and get paid. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not how that works. So store all your photos. If you take a bunch of photos on your phone, have your initial walkthrough videos, initial walkthrough pictures, and put them in a folder. Get them off your phone, put them in the drive so everybody can see them. Super, super important. Very commonly overlooked. Super important. I didn't realize how important that actually was until yesterday. So word to the wise, that's what you need to do. Now, informational videos. So this could be something like fireplaces, how to start your gas fireplace, how to operate certain equipment in the house. Maybe you have like special games, how to turn the games on, how to turn them off, how to use a smart home system, how to change the thermostat if it's a crazy thermostat. Literally anything would go in your informational videos. And it's accessible to the entire team. So, very, 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 very important, because your team is not going to know how to restart and relight the pilot light in the fireplace. That's probably the hot tub videos that would go in there. That's probably the most common thing that we get is fireplaces. How to and Sean, I'm sure you have a ton of gas fireplaces where you're at, right? In ski country.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And the more you work on them, the more you realize like they're pretty much all the same. But then you have like, this has a remote, this has a timer, this has a light switch that you turn on and turn off. So you have all these things that will like impact the way that you use them. And then, videos and pictures of how the logs get set. So that's a big one. If the logs don't get reset like they need to, your flame won't carry all the way through. And your flame technically on a gas fireplace is not supposed to touch the logs. It will create a soot. Like if you pull a log up and it's black on the bottom, it's a soot and it releases carbon monoxide. So I think it's carbon monoxide. Yeah, it's deadly. Carbon dioxide. Shoot, I don't remember. Whichever one kills the silent killer. So that monoxide. There you go. Yeah, see there? I'm not a chemist. Could be a little dumb at times, but But anyways, that actually, I didn't know that until beginning of the year. My maintenance guy told me that. If you see the black soot on the bottom, it's because the flame is touching the logs and it's not set correctly, and it puts off that chemical that can kill you. So we've had to pay over the last 2 years, we've had to pay somebody that understands the log sets because we didn't know. the guest would get in there, start screwing with them, and wouldn't put them back together. We'd have to pay somebody to go out there and reset it. It's like $100 every time they go out there. So we started taking really detailed pictures, really detailed videos. That way we can literally just send it to the guest and say, this is the way it's supposed to look. And they'll say, oh, we screwed up. I'm sorry. They'll fix it and then move on. So this is very important. This is literally everything to cover your behind. Inventory. So what do they have? What do they not? So what Brittany is, part of Brittany's like walkthrough is she'll go through and she'll pull all the drawers out and she will just snap pictures of every single thing and do a video of it all. So when somebody says, hey, I can't find the lighter, where's it at? The team looks through these photos and I say, oh, it's in the left drawer. It's in the drawer to the left of the refrigerator or of the stove. Last time, like, that's where our pictures show that it is. Please, when you get done, please put it back there. Like, when you get done using it, put it back where you found it. Manuals, of course, if there's like a stereo system or a crazy hot tub or something that you need to help walk a guest through on how to use it, this is a perfect place to put it. Any kind of special games, maybe if you need to help troubleshoot or if the team needs to help troubleshoot, you would put that in your manuals. Of course, the photos, and then any quarterly walkthrough stuff that we have. If we do more inventory checks or whatever, it would always go here. As you go, like depending on the property, if you have special things about the property, you may have some different folders in here, but this is just the basics. Like maybe if they have, like this is a logo they sent us, they wanted us to do a couple things with the logo. So we did a listing description. So sometimes our owners will say, hey, like send me the listing description you have. I just want to make a couple of tweaks to it and then I'll send it back. I'm like, cool. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. And so we'll just save it here. Or we'll use this and we'll put it in Jasper AI and like reword some of our description to help the Airbnb algorithm to keep promoting it. So change a few words, let it reword it, let it rephrase it, make it sound better with AI, and we'll just put it right back in here. So any questions here? Sean, you got anything? That's a lot.
No,
if you have a comment or question, please leave it on, please comment it.
Seriously, guys. I mean, if you don't have it set up like this is a great example. I mean, can you just like click on one of those, like the inventory videos? Like, what does it look like? Where do you put the videos? Are they on YouTube? Are you doing?
Okay, good question. Yes, you can upload them to YouTube. If it's a short video, you could just download it right into the drive. But if it's a long, like 10-minute video, we can put them in YouTube. Or Loom. Well, you wouldn't use Loom. Loom is only if you're screen recording, you're sitting in front of the computer. You could download it into the drive. YouTube, the team, we actually have a private YouTube channel that the team will take these videos and they'll upload it privately into YouTube, and we'll put those links in some of the playbook. So YouTube, and if it's just a short minute video, you can just throw it in the drive by itself. So, okay. But YouTube is the most common that we use for this kind of stuff. But the team actually does that. Like Louie actually has access. I think she actually created our private YouTube channel. And she controls like what goes in and out of the actual channel itself. But it's private. Like I don't think you can actually find it on YouTube for Cherokee Rose Homes. But that's where it's stored.
Cool. Okay. Brandon
said, is this something you would link to a QR code that is in the house for a guest to look at as well? You can, 100%. It's like we had a smart home system and we shot a video on how to use it. And Allie actually made a plaque at the top with a QR code that said like, scan here for more information on how to use the system. And you could scan it while you're standing right there in front of it. And is Jasper AI STR specific or just an AI platform? Jasper AI is it's just like ChatGPT. It's just an AI platform. And they actually have, I think lately, Allie made a comment, lately ChatGPT has been better than Jasper AI. And it's cheaper now. Don't know if that's true. She made that comment the other day and I was like, oh, okay. Because it used to be the other way around. So let's see. Now, when you get like all of this information, and you need to communicate it through the team, there's a couple ways you can do it. The most common way we do it is something called Trello. So Trello is you would take all your high-level information out of owner intake forms, out of cheat sheets, things that need to be easily accessible. This is an app that you can use, but also you could do it on the computer, like the team all has it on the computer. I have it on the app. I've never logged in. I don't think I've ever logged in on the computer, but I just took a screenshot of what it looks like on your app. And I've gotten this question before too, of like just visuals. It's super easy to visualize. You can do every property will have its own card, if you will. And so if you're at a property or you're on the go and you just need to quickly pull something up, door codes, special like get in the gate form information, anything like that, anything that's around it. There's also as you go down, they've created like Q&A. So, what time does trash pick up, or how many parking spots can we do? I don't know. Is there literally any, like, is there, I don't know. Is it AC downstairs? Is it temp controlled downstairs versus upstairs? Like just any kind of crazy questions. There's an extra tab down, like an area down there that you can create. And you can literally just click on this. Like you can click on door codes and it'll be like the cleaner code. If there's like a propane lock code, if there's a front door code, or there is, but you understand what I'm saying. So you can have all your door codes there. Pictures, of course. And if somebody asks a question about it in the game room, like we had a question, was there a dartboard in the game room? And I was like, I actually don't know. That is a good question. So we went through all the pictures that we had for the property, everything, walkthrough videos, everything. And there's one photo that we have of like this corner, and we were able to go back through all the walkthrough information and everything. We realized it was never there because the question was, did it get stolen? And I was like, I don't even know if we had one, to be honest. So, but it's easy to set that up and just go through it, and you can cover your bases. So Trello, that's Trello. I should have put it here somewhere, but I think it's a couple of bucks a month, and it is amazing. You can make as many cards as you want.
Now you use that instead of Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually got fully away from Monday. We just talked about it on a couple of calls of like building out everything in Monday again, like redoing the boards so we can just share them across everybody in PowerPath so people can have access to like CRMs, to claim checklists, like everything that you could think of, and just share them so everybody can use them. But Monday can get expensive if you're not careful. We're paying like $1,450 a year, and we canceled it. And we realized like the team is already using a lot of Excel files, and then also ClickUp. ClickUp's free to a certain point. So Monday you just get like a 3-day trial, and then you have to pay for it. ClickUp is free until you upgrade. So I have been playing back and forth, just trying to find like what's best for everybody. But Monday is very visual. It's a really nice program. I mean, Monday's amazing. But when you start adding all these seats and all that stuff, it can get costly. So this is a QR code to our playbook. Before I continue, Sean, you got anything?
No, I actually didn't know that you were using Trello. I just canceled them and was using Monday. Trello's like $12.50 a month, and Monday's like $30, which obviously, like you said, is you keep adding things on there too. It can just keep going up.
Yep.
Interesting. Cool. I like Trello. It's always been something I use really well.
All right, so I'm telling you, my time today is just going crazy. Give me 1 second. I actually have a one-on-one like right now with a student. Give me 1 second. All right. So we will go through this fairly quick, but let's see here. So a couple of questions. So yes, Ryan, the name of the app is Trello. Yes, ClickUp is fine to use as well. But I'm going to try to finish building out the board so we can just share it in PowerPath so everybody can just download it. And kind of like what Hunter was looking at them. And she was like, I really don't know. I was like, let me see if I can help you on this. So scan this. This QR code goes to the company playbook. And this is what I said it's going to be a little different today. I'm actually going to quit sharing my screen for a second. So please take this. Please scan this like right now, or take a picture of it right now. Screenshot it if you're watching this on your phone right now, because I'm going to pull this off, and then we're just going to open the company playbook. In just a second, we're going to open the company playbook, and we're just going to go through it. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things of what it will look like. I've got some screenshots on here, but I'm just going to scroll through it so you can see it. So 5, 4, we're going to just count down. 3, people are probably like struggling, like, trying to get a picture of this thing. 2,
phone, let's go.
1. Okay. All right. So here's what it looks like when you open it up. Screenshot. This is a screenshot of the very front page. So you can like click through this and see what's, where to scroll. It's just an appendix. I mean, it's super simple, but this is how you start building out your templates. And as you pick up more members on your team and you want to do more social media and you teach somebody what you want, and you show them what you want, you can literally have them build out a social media part in the SOPs. So if something happens, they don't want to do it anymore, you want to bring somebody else on, or they change roles, or they're sick or whatever, they take time off around Christmas, they can just log in and say, hey, I don't remember how to post this. I don't remember what this is supposed to look like. We have the same for email marketing, charging on Stripe, anything to do with listing optimizations. So growth and admin, this is just a little snapshot of what it would look like, how you start building it out. And I'm not kidding around. Like, it's thick, it's detailed, it's awesome. Don't think you have to build this out like this immediately, because this will take you forever. So just build as you go. You start realizing you're doing the same thing over and over again, make sure you document it. Or you start training and answering the same questions, make sure you document it. This is towards the end. These links, almost all of these links either go to another document, because this is just a skeleton, right? Like, this is just an outline of where everything is, of how to get to certain things. And these links will take you either to YouTube, to a video, to Loom, to a video, or to a document that we have in the drive somewhere. Excuse me. Or to a document like how to navigate Ring, how to add Ring Protect plan to the camera. One of these two could be something that Ring already has on their website. So you don't have to reshoot the video. It's just to a document of like how to install it, how to add it on your phone, that kind of thing. So utilize your resources, right? Like Alex Hormozy, by the way, said, find what works and 10x it. You don't have to always reinvent the wheel. Find what works and do it 10 times better. Period. So take this and build from there. All right. So that's this. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to unshare this. And then I'm going to pull up the playbook and we're going to go from there. But if you have a question in the middle of this, please let me know. Yes, Yasmin, you can watch this. Since it's live, it'll stay in the group. So you can just scroll through the group and then you can find this later. So any questions? Sean, you got anything to say?
Nope.
Nothing. Not even like, I love you, Kyle. You're the best. I'm just kidding.
You're the top 5, bro. For sure.
Top 5. Let's see here. Stop screen. Share screen. Is this? There we go. I think that's it. There we go. All right. So if you're still with us and you're still watching this, this is our playbook. And we're just going to scroll through it for a second. So let's say we wanted to just go, I don't know, blog posting. So we're going to click on blog post and we're going to go down and you can see here how to create, edit, and publish blog post videos. I've actually never opened these. This is something the team has created for blog posting. And I think Allie, but that's it. Wix. So let's just see. This goes to a Loom video. You can still see the tab, right? Yeah, you can see the tab open. So here you go. Goes to a Loom video. Exactly what it's, I mean, if you use Loom, it'll AI like creates the titles and will create SOPs and all that stuff for you if you want. And then the team, whoever wants to do a blog video can just watch this. So it's 16 minutes long, how to create a blog video. How to create a blog in Wix is what this is. So if you want to just scroll through, some things are still in outline because they just haven't needed to get added in or anything like that. Like for instance, you see like Wix applications. We don't use any of this. except the blog. And that's very similar to this up here. SEO, I nailed out when we created the website. We don't really do any of this other stuff. Occasionally we just jump in there, but it's nothing for like processes wise. However, if we were to hire somebody and say, hey, you need to take all this over, and they built out SOPs, we would add them here. So anytime like you hire out a service to build something out for you, and they ask them to create the SOPs, and you can just add them to whatever you want. So you don't have to be the person to do this. We did like 20% of all of this, maybe. And then the team built the rest out. So let's see how to run process on Stripe, quarterly walkthrough forms. This is a link to a walkthrough form. So if you needed to access something, you're like, hey, I have no idea where this is at. This would be like quarterly walkthrough form. Here's the link. Let me just go in the playbook and I'll find it. So it's really about like having everything in a centralized location. And then you can have 5,000 different documents and 5,000 different videos. That's fine. But this is just for you to have a centralized version of everything. So just make it super simple. Start at the very beginning. Look, SOPs made simple. Google Drive, folder for each property, one at a time. As you go, build it. And it's not going to be perfect the first time, I promise. But if you do it once, you're learning. If you do it twice, you need to be recording. So just start with an outline of what you think this is going to look like. So if you're out there like launching a lot of properties and you're like, hey, I need to build like 5 listings at one time, but I want my VA to do it. Cool. Build the first one and record yourself all the way through it. And then put it in the drive and ask the VA to watch the video. I'll watch the whole video and have them start building out the listing. And then you could just double check it. That's how you make it simple. And then if you say, hey, can you go through and do this X, Y, and Z, but can you record it so you can add it into the playbook? Build out the playbook. Let them take over a lot of this task. That's where you get who, not how. Teach the first person and let them train it out, or schedule it out and record it out and document it out and have them put it to the playbook. This playbook is probably worth $1 million. Like legitimately, it's probably worth $1 million. How to do everything in this business all the way through. And I just gave it to you. Or Sean convinced me to give it to you. I'm just kidding. Sean was like, do it before I break your arm. But it's all sorts of stuff in here. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start. Like some of it is how to, some of it's very like for the hotel playbook, it's like how to answer the phone and that's the quote. Something super simple. Video guides, credit cards, checks, PayPal. I think these are actually, I don't want to click on it and then go into the bank account or something. But I think these are actual instructional videos from the softwares. So let's see. An overview of the API connection. This is all Airbnb stuff. This is some VRBO stuff. So it is some notes here. So things that we've experienced or things that we've learned or something that we copied right off a message and put it here. Just that's very important. So you can read through it. God, you have the link. Go through it. So if you have questions, let me know. But this is a lot of this stuff you can probably reuse. A lot of this stuff, you just need to change the link for the video. That's really it. That's really it. Guest messaging overview. So different things about triggers. I think this is all OwnerRez. This has all been updated to OwnerRez. We went with OwnerRez. We switched from guesting to OwnerRez just a few months ago. Touch stay.
Kyle, you also said that you only did 20% of this and then your team did the rest.
Yeah.
That's crazy cool right there, man.
Yeah, so like this right here, I doubt me or Allie added this. I know I didn't. I don't think Allie added this. This is an HOA form that needs to be filled out every time a guest comes in. So this is the link, and then this is a note. Literally, this probably came out of an email from the HOA that the team copy and pasted, put in there. So turnovers, cleaner management, how to check for ring cameras, order management and tracking. Like this is links to different Excel files. You guys should only really have access to this one playbook, not access to all of my forms and personal stuff and all that stuff. Some you might. Some things we've changed the share access to everybody, and some is confidential, so you really can't get in there. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, this is like SOPs makes it. Don't overcomplicate this stuff. Like, start with a Google Drive. Start just documenting everything. Take pictures and videos of everything. Put it in the folders. Don't leave them on your phone. Brittany's probably the best person about that. When she puts it in the drive, she deletes it off her phone. 6 months later, I'm like, hey, do you have that video or that picture? She's like, no, it was 6 months ago. Delete everything off my phone, which is kind of irritating for me because I leave everything on my phone too. I upload to Google Photos. I don't delete it. And she's like, no, it's gone. Like, it's in the playbook or it's in the drive or whatever. And I'm like, well, you're better than I am. So make it simple, get rid of it, put it out there. And that's it. I mean, that's really it. I honestly don't have more for you. This is how you do it. This is exactly how you have the link directly to my soul of my company, how things operate. There is a lot that comes with SOPs. There's a ton that comes with SOPs, but there's not a ton. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Just document everything and get to a point where you can teach somebody how to do it and you give them full authority and full access to document it for you. That's literally it. Very simple, straightforward. That's how you get successful at empowering people below you to answer questions, handle situations, and grow. Sean, you got anything?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, that is really it. I mean, you have everything that you need that's right there. You definitely don't need everything that's right there. You know, it's like a buffet. Take what you need out of that, kind of design it the way that you do. This is really set up the way that he has it to manage and scale as big as he wants. You know, I mean, if you've got 5, 10 properties or more, definitely need SOPs in place. This will certainly help you out with that. Just going over this with the video, Kyle, and just kind of, showing the difference. Being able to just give this to somebody, first of all, is insane.
Giving away secrets, baby. All we're doing.
That's it. Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, appreciate it, man. Just, take a look at those, all the links, and just kind of go through it a little bit just to get an overview. You've got everything that you need right now, and just kind of pick and choose what you have to have right now.
100%. 100%. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to just make it your own. That's all I can say. So we have set out this week. Sean and I, was it this week or last week? We said, hey, look, we're just going to give away all the secrets. Now, if you want help implementing everything, you want help staying accountable, you want to get into a community that is 100% doing this every day, you want to get in the challenges. We got the next challenge on January 6th is starting. You want to get in it? Shoot me a message. Shoot Sean a message. Ask your questions. We'll see if we're a good fit. I'd love to have you in the community. It is the #1 real estate community in the world for short-term rentals and boutique hotels. That's where we're going. That's where we've been. Here to change people's lives, baby. Make it easy for you to leave the W-2. Because I know I was talking to a guy the other day. Well, it was earlier today. Or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. My days are all combined now. It's all, this whole week is crazy. W-2, both of them still in the W-2. Want to get out. Got a goal. Want to hit it. Let's do it, baby. That's all I can say. Let's do it. Hunter did she grew a company in 90 days that did that's going to do $106,000 a year if she does not grow anymore. Love you, Hunter. I've been using your name like crazy. So, but anyways, anybody else got questions, shoot me a message, shoot Sean a message. If you want to get in this where we're doing this every day, love to see you in there. Love to see you on some calls. And I will talk to you guys later. Sean, you got anything?
Yes, community is definitely where it's at. I mean, the secrets are great, and being able to have the information's cool. But being involved and being in the community, having coaching, that changes everything. It definitely did for me.
100%.
So, hope you guys have a great day.
Yep. I'll see you guys later.
Let's get it.